Seems like I'm always adjusting this camera. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Sunday video update and this mess that you see behind me. My name is Jared Fuller, also known as Jerry. Today's date is Sunday, January 19th, 2025. I'm so glad you could join me, and for some reason, my screen looks smaller. I don't know. I don't want dashboard. Hmm. Strange. My screen looks smaller, but anyway, doesn't matter. We are live on YouTube. Joining me off camera this week, my dog Luna, because my dad had to go take care of some business today. Or at the moment, he should be back any time, hopefully. But Luna, she's just kicked back on the couch. Amy's out in the kitchen, and I'm right here in my living room, and I'm in your living room or from whatever device you're watching this from, a cell phone, computer, tablet, whatever. I'm in your screen right now, and it's great to be here for another week. As far as this mess is concerned, I'll just get to it when I get to it. I mean, I this past week has been kind of rough. I've been on a fog. Just been down and out about things and thinking about a lot of things, and I didn't post to my Facebook for I don't know, at least 4 or 5 days. I was just not interested in Facebook. Um, TikTok was taken down, but then it was reinstated. So a lot of people who are crying over TikTok going away, dry your eyes, wipe your tears. It's back. But then I kind of understand why people would be upset about TikTok going away because most of a person's income, their bread and butter, comes from TikTok. So I can understand the frustration of having your income, like the rug being pulled out from underneath of you. But TikTok is back up and running according to sources. And yeah, so they're back online doing their thing. And I'm back for another Sunday doing my thing. So there's some things to talk about. Uh, we are currently in a cold weather advisory, I think it is. Let me check the National Weather Service. All of Michigan, the entire lower peninsula, is in a cold weather advisory. Okay. Let me just read the statement here. This is for all of Michigan. So, like the Tri Cities and Flint, Owasso, Lansing, Ann Arbor. Cold weather advisory in effect from midnight tonight until noon Wednesday. So, this is going to stick around. Very cold wind chills as low as 19 below zero expected. A portion of southeast Michigan from midnight tonight to noon Wednesday. The dangerously cold wind chills as low as 20 below zero could cause frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 30 minutes. Wind chills are expected to recover above 15 degrees below zero for a time during the daylight hours of both Monday and Tuesday. Keep pets indoors as much as possible. Use caution while traveling outside. Wear appropriate clothing, a hat, and gloves. Make frequent checks on older family, friends, and neighbors. Ensure portable heaters are used correctly and do not use generators outside or inside, rather. Which I guess goes without saying. You don't want to use a generator inside, provided that it's gas powered. Um, and of course, one thing they didn't mention is to check your cars because when it gets really frigid cold, your vehicles don't always like to start. So, I matter of fact, I just had to have a battery replaced. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and it set me back about $110. But I got the new battery. Matter of fact, after I leave here, after I'm done doing the Sunday video update, I got to head to Corunna, Owasso rather, to do some grocery shopping. So yeah, lots to do and so much going on. I don't know what this is. I keep seeing this. Oh, it's a coupon for Hungry Howie's Pizza. I don't know why we didn't throw that away. I don't know, but anyway, um, so tomorrow Trump will be reelected or inaugurated because he's already been reelected. He'll be inaugurated, and they're going to move the inauguration ceremony inside the rotunda because it's going to be too cold outside. So, yeah, they're going to be moving it indoors. As far as I know, that's what I've heard. Um, if you are local and if you are a viewer of ABC 12 WJRT, all the meteorologists on television are being laid off. They're being fired, actually. Laid off, fired. They're being let go. So the owner of WJRT, Allen Media, they own several television stations across the country, including WJRT in Flint. They are going to be getting rid of all the on-air meteorologists, which puts a good friend of mine out of work, and he's been with WJRT for 35 years. And I remember watching him on TV when I was a kid. His name is J.R. Kurtak. He has been with ABC 12 forever, as long as I can remember. And I reached out to him recently and asked him if he had any, if he was going to go to another station or what have you. And he mentioned something about retiring, but it's like, oh man, we got to have our weather guy, but it's up to him. It's his choice. I mean, he's got grandkids now, and he is probably just looking forward to kicking his feet up and relaxing with the grandchildren. It's really a shame. It's really a shame that WJRT will be losing their cast of meteorologists because of Allen Media, owned by Byron Allen, who is a comedian, which, by the way, no one's laughing, Byron. You put a lot of good, hardworking, honest people out of work because you care more about money than people. Apparently, you're a garbage company, and you're putting a lot of good people, hardworking, honest people, out of work because you think more of money than people. You greedy, garbage human being. But it's not going to do any good to sit here and ramble on and trash on someone who has no feeling anyway. So, yeah, there's going to be some changes coming to WJRT. And our weather reports are going to be pre-recorded from a hub in Atlanta, Georgia. And I think it's going to be interesting to listen to these people in Atlanta, Georgia, try to pronounce the names of our counties and cities and villages here in Michigan, because most of them are Indian names. A lot of them are hard to pronounce. Hell, I can't pronounce a lot of them correctly, but most of them I can. Of course, I'm from here. I'm from Michigan. So, it's going to be interesting to see that. But in the event of a tornado warning, we're going to get breaking news from the Weather Channel out of Atlanta, Georgia, because Weather Channel is also owned by Allen Media. We're going to get a live coverage of a tornado warning in our area without having actual people from the state deliver the information that will benefit the safety of the public. We're going to get a live satellite feed from Atlanta, Georgia, sent to Flint, Michigan at WJRT, and then we're going to get the live feed from there. It's not the same thing. In fact, it's worse. And a lot of the stuff is going to be pre-recorded. Like the forecasts and it is a train wreck waiting to happen. And guys like JR and Kevin Goff and a lot of there's just a lot. I know a lot of these people from the local TV and radio stations. Matter of fact, you know what? Speaking of radio, I forgot to put in the link to the Fox Sunday Flashback, because that is tonight at 7:00 on 103.9 The Fox. I will put that in the chat beneath Chewing Off My Toenails comments, which I'll get to in a minute. Listen to the Fox Sunday Flashback tonight at 7 p.m. Okay, I'm going to put the link in chat. Okay, listen tonight at 7 o'clock. You just follow that link and then you click on listen live and it'll take you right to the music. Or if you have me on Facebook, I'll share a link to my Facebook and then you can listen from there. But I know a lot of people in TV and radio, and it's just a shame that this is happening. So many good people are being laid off at the expense of corporate greed, and it's really sad when people benefit money over people. Allen Media is a trash company, and this is not the way things should be handled. Unfortunately, that's the way things are going. That is the future for WJRT and many other stations around the country. I think Allen Media owns like 20 other stations, including WJRT in Flint. But we'll still have WNEM5 and we'll have Fox 66. We'll still have those. But the weather crew at WJRT will be no more in the months to come. And that's a shame. This Friday is the Shrine Circus at the Dow Event Center in Saginaw. I'm so looking forward to that. We've got tickets for the very first show, which is on Friday the 24th. And we will be leaving here about, depending on the weather conditions. There's Dad, by the way. Depending on the weather conditions, we're going to leave early enough so we can get there by 7 o'clock on Friday night. And they're talking about they're calling it a glow circus. Now, I'm not really familiar with a glow circus, but I'm excited to see what the glow circus is all about. Dad just walked in. Hopefully, he'll be joining us here pretty soon. So there were some celebrity deaths to report. Bob Uecker passed away. Bob Uecker was a famous baseball player, I believe. Wasn't he a baseball player, Dad? Oh, of course. He's in the fucking bathroom. Bob Uecker. He was an actor. He was a sports commentator. Bob Uecker was a famously mediocre major league hitter who discovered that he was much more comfortable at a microphone. Yeah, he was a baseball player. And he was also on Mr. Belvedere. It's a television show from the 80s called Mr. Belvedere. Bob Uecker was on there. He passed away. He was 90 years old. Joan Plowright, an actress named Joan Plowright. If you remember the remake of Dennis the Menace, the movie Dennis the Menace with Walter Matthau and Mason Gamble, Joan Plowright was Mrs. Wilson. She passed away. She was 95 years old. You dogs need to chill. And there were some other celebrity deaths. There were actually just far too many to mention. But Joan Plowright and Bob Uecker are the two that I recall. And of course, the Claire Van Kampen, theater director, composer, and wife of Mark Rylance, dies at 71. Marie Wynn, who chronicled New York wildlife and the people drawn to it, dies at 88. There's just so many people dying. It's crazy, all the people who are dying out here. Oh, what else was I going to say? I forgot. The Shrine Circus this Friday, Dow Event Center in Saginaw. I think they're in Flint right now. Oh, my nose itches. They always usually come to Flint before they come to Saginaw. So, yeah, it should be a good time. Comments from chewing off my toenail. Of course, I was going to get to that. So, Toenail only left 2 comments. He says, I donated my toenails for a brand new Corvette. That's one. And then the second one is, I'm thinking about deep frying my toenails to have with potatoes and onions for dinner tonight. Gross, but cool. Thanks, chewing off my toenail. Appreciate you. Um, so there's a lot happening this week. There was a lot happening last week. Um, yeah, after I'm done here, I'm gonna do some light grocery shopping. I'm probably gonna go to Corona, Owasso, get some stuff. And then there's a lady friend I'm talking to, or I just started talking to her today. And I told her I would talk with her once I get back from shopping. And um, we're gonna talk, get to know each other a little bit more. So I'm looking forward to that. How are you doing, Dad? Um, yeah, so last week, on the 17th, Betty White would have been 103 years old. Now that's an age, isn't it? That's a hell of an age. She would have been 103, but she passed away at the age of 99 back on New Year's Eve of 2021. Yep, it was 2021. Um, so yeah, there's been a lot happening this week. I've been kind of absent from Facebook because it's you know, I love the idea. I love the fact that people are succeeding in their lives. I thoroughly enjoy the fact that it's their first baby, it's their first, marriage, it's their, look at this engagement ring, look at pictures of my baby bump, look at pictures of my baby who's only, weeks, days, months old. I can appreciate people being happy and excited, and I am happy for these people. But at the same time, it's like the very thing that I've always wanted for myself, I've always struggled to get. And when I see other people getting it, it seems like they're getting it easily. It kind of puts me in a position of, you know what, I don't care anymore. I just don't want to look at this shit. And that has a lot to do with why I didn't look at Facebook for about 4 or 5 days. And this isn't an attack on anybody. It's just there are people out there who don't understand or they can't see it because even if I tried to explain this on Facebook, it would come off as whining. You know, Jer Bears is a pretentious whiner, but that's not it. It's not whining. It's the truth. The things that I've always wanted, a lover and a family of my own. I wanted this when I was in my late teens, early 20s. I struggled to get those things. I struggled to find someone. I struggled to maintain relationships. And all of these people are just willy nilly. They're getting together, getting married, having kids, engaged to be married, that kind of thing. I'm happy for them. I'm genuinely happy for them. But at the same time, it's like I I care, but I can care from a distance. Like I don't want to see this every day. And it got to the point where it's like, you know what, fuck this. So I put my phone down for a few days and it's been nice. And I've been focused on my bedroom. I've been writing in my journal. Yes, and I play my Super Nintendo. I've been enjoying playing the Super Nintendo because it's my way of escaping what's going on in the world. And especially with people who I am genuinely happy for them. But at the same time, I just I don't care anymore. I can only take so much of them throwing it in my face until I say, "You know what? Cool, I'm done." And that's why I haven't been as active on Facebook. And it just seems like there are ungrateful people. You bend over backwards for people. You help everybody and their brother, and they just don't appreciate it. They never return that. And that gets tiresome. And it's like, you know what? That's another reason why I want to make time for me. I want I want me time. Focus on me. Better me. Improve me. I've done more than enough for you guys and you don't appreciate it. So I'm gonna focus on me now. And that's essentially what I did. Yeah.
showing, Dan and I were showing a picture of the new
Yeah,
grandkids.
yeah,
I don't care.
yeah,
It hurts me
yeah.
because
I understand.
I never see mine.
And, and I'll say this, I have been alienated by most of my family, if you can believe that. The Fuller family in particular. I don't care so much about the Perkins because, they're, I was never close with the Perkins. But the Fullers in particular, yeah, I've been alienated by most of them. And I don't care. And I say I don't care because if they don't care about me enough to involve me in their lives, then they shouldn't give two shits and a fuck about what I do in mine. If you don't want to include me or involve me in your life, that's great because I that leaves me plenty of room to form relationships with other people, friendships with other people who aren't blood related to me, and they treat me more like family than you ever would. So I'm happy with that. Now, there are cousins on my mom's side of the family that, and specific cousins, I don't talk to all my cousins on my mom's side, but there are specific cousins that I talk to. They're easy to talk to. And they don't yeah, everybody has their problems. Everyone has their vices. It's without a doubt. But um there are certain cousins that I talk to on my mom's side of the family, and they're easy to talk to. They understand. They have the cognitive ability to respond in the nature of the conversation that we're having, and not just meandering off into some unrelated topic that has not jack shit to do with what we talked about initially. So, I'm happy talking to certain people who are related to me, and they're able to have a cognitive conversation. But most of my family, and yes, including the Fullers, I've been alienated by most of them, and I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. So if you don't care about me, then don't gossip about me. Keep my name out of your mouth. If you can't include me in your life, if you don't recognize me enough to say, "Hey Jared, you want to come to a birthday party? You want to come to a graduation ceremony? You want to come to this, come to that?" If you can't so much as recognize me to involve me or include me, then you don't have a single fucking word to say about how I live my life or what I do in my life. I am not you have no opinion. Your opinion sticks with me like you can nail jello to a fucking wall. It won't stick. It won't hold. That's the equivalent of your opinion. And you know what else I'm tired of? Taking the blame for everybody else. I'm really sick of that too. Other people act out, but we're the ones who get blamed. Yeah. Yeah, putting us in the middle of a fight, which happens like every week. Um, Two friends of mine aren't talking, they're not speaking to one another. And they've been friends for years, and one denies that they've been friends for years. The other one says that they've been friends for years. And trying to get some peace and try to get them to make up and to just be men. And it is over stupid shit, but to get them to be men and to be forgiving, swallow your pride. Don't swallow your balls. Swallow your pride. Swallow your pride and say, "Look, I fucked up. I made a mistake." Is it really that hard? I guess if you have an ego, yeah, it's hard. What? Yeah. Yeah.
The other one I can talk to all the time.
But I don't like to be pulled in the middle of other people's problems. No, we want you to grow the fuck up and let your balls drop, which I think is what you meant to say. let your balls drop, be a man, and say, "Hey, I fucked up. This was a stupid argument. Let's yeah, let's fix, let's talk again. Let's repair this." I tried to do this with someone. He's passed away now, but I tried to do this with someone in the child of cancer world. I tried to repair a broken friendship. He didn't want it. I tried. Yeah, I mean, it's not fair to speak of him now because he's not here to defend himself, but I tried to make things right. I realized that there was a problem and I tried to fix it the best way I knew how. He didn't want that, so whatever. You let other people dictate um who you can and can't be friends with, whereas I'm someone who is trying to piece together a friendship. And if you don't want it, you don't want it. So I give up on that. Now, tomorrow being Monday, I don't know if I'm going out to the Pine Run Inn tomorrow night because tomorrow is my niece's birthday. And I don't know what the plans are for tomorrow, but tomorrow my niece turns 21 and she lives in Saginaw, and Dad and I would like to be there to help celebrate her 21st birthday, have a birthday drink with her. I don't know. It's my niece, by the way. I don't know if she drinks a lot. But she's not a heavy drink, which I don't want to get her trashed. But I would like to have a drink with my niece. It's you only turn 21 once in your life. And I would like to have a drink with her. Just to say, cheers, happy birthday, Uncle Jared loves you, happy birthday, that kind of thing. You have to do that now. Yeah, take it that way. Not to be rude, but you see, I'm in the middle of something here. But yeah, I would like to spend some time with her for her 21st birthday. But if they don't want us there, then I'll just go out to Billy's, I guess. Go out to the Pine Run Inn. But yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I'm not going to watch the inauguration thing tomorrow with Trump. I couldn't care less about it. Really don't give a fuck about it. It's just out of my realm. It's out of my area of expertise to talk about. I mean, I can sound off an opinion, which I do often. But I would rather not speak as if I know what I'm talking about because I'm not 100% educated on the facts. But I do know that Trump, he will be inaugurated tomorrow. They're going to move the inauguration ceremony inside the rotunda because of the cold weather. Apparently, rich people get cold too. But, if you have a cold heart, then I don't see why the cold weather would make much of a difference. But in any event, TikTok is back up, which I mentioned. It was down for a little while and everybody was kind of having a shit fit on Facebook about it. But then again, as I said, in fairness, if that is a person's bread and butter, if that's how they earned a living, to have the rug pulled out from underneath of them, that's shitty. That's shitty. So I don't want to beat up too much on this idea of TikTok. But the people who are just using TikTok for funsies and, just because I like to make videos, I like to create content. It's like, it wasn't going to hurt you. You got YouTube, you got Facebook, you got Snapchat and Instagram and all this other shit. TikTok, I never had a TikTok. I will never get a TikTok. If anybody sees a TikTok with my name on it, it's not me. But again, for the people who are using TikTok as their source of income, I can excuse me, I can understand the frustration because I wouldn't want someone taking away my livelihood either and trying to survive and pay bills and keep groceries on the table and keep a roof over your head. At first, I didn't believe it though. I was a bit skeptical about, oh, people are making money on TikTok. Like, really? How? But until someone explained, then I understood that, yeah, it's legit. People actually do make money on TikTok. Um, Me, I've only got Facebook and this YouTube here. I have Discord, and which I'm kind of getting fed up with fucking Discord because every time I turn around, I have to reset my fucking password where I'm logged in from Novi, Michigan, or Northville, Michigan, or fucking somewhere down by Detroit. It's the same, just all the time. I have to reset the fucking password, and I get tired of resetting it. So I'm about out the door with Discord. I'm about on my way out the door with Discord. I have Skype. I haven't used Skype in ages. Um, I don't have WhatsApp. I don't have oh hell, I don't know. There's so many different platforms. I only use Facebook and YouTube primarily. I don't have any other, I don't have Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called. I never had TikTok. I don't have Instagram or Snapchat. Um, just a couple of main platforms, Facebook and YouTube, which I'm fine with. I don't need really any more than that. And of course, if I create an account, you will know about it here. I will be the one to confirm it. So if anybody out there is making fake accounts under my name and with my profile picture, report it. Because I will get I'll probably get an email confirmation saying, hey, someone's using your email address and they're pretending to be you, and we just want to confirm that it's you. Well, it's not me. And they'll do away with it immediately. So, um, yeah, this week, the Shrine Circus on Friday, and tomorrow, of course, the Trump shit going on. Um, and I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. I know my niece turns 21 tomorrow, of course, as I pointed out. And so it's a toss up between the Monday flashback and celebrating my niece's birthday, which will be in Saginaw because she lives in Saginaw. So it's my brother Wayne's daughter celebrating her 21st birthday tomorrow. Um, but other than that, I really don't know. We have a deep freeze, of course. I also pointed that out. It's going to get bitterly cold. Um, it's going to get bad, really cold. Luckily, the deep freeze is only going to last for a couple days. However, in a couple days, things can go awry really quick, especially in sub-zero temperatures. I kind of feel the chill already right now. Uh, Even as I talk about it, and I'm sitting here doing this, I can feel the chill. Um, but in any event, we'll be okay. We'll be fine. We'll survive the deep freeze. I don't know who Dad's on. Who's Dad on the phone with? Oh, Dad's on the phone with my brother Wayne right now. Speaking of which, um, but in any event, guys, how am I doing? I was in just a bit of a fog last week for the reasons I outlined. I didn't really post anything to Facebook. I didn't really, I wasn't really as interactive as I normally am with people on Facebook. I just needed a break. Yesterday, I took Dad and Amy out to Junction of Hope, and we had lunch. And it was last week. Dad took us to Jade Buffet in Owasso, Chinese food. I love Chinese food. Oh, I love Chinese food. It's really good. But yeah, today I'm going to be doing some grocery shopping. After I'm done with the Sunday video update, I'm going to go to Owasso and get some stuff to make chili because Dad wants my chili. I'm not going to use the big stock pot that I normally use. I'm probably just going to use a smaller pan and make a small helping for the three of us. I think we've already got hamburger. I just got to get my green pepper and onion and tomato and kidney beans and tomato juice, things like that. So I would go uptown to Chesaning, but Frank's is outrageous, outrageous. And I'm not really interested in spending. I don't want to spend a lot at one place. I want to have some money left so that way if I need to venture out for other things, I can. I'm going to have to get some bottled water, um, or just the gallon jugs of water because I know without a fact the pipes are going to freeze. I just know they're going to. It's going to be so cold and the pipes are going to freeze and we're going to be without water. So I'm going to have to buy gallon jugs of water. And although it's only going to be for a couple days, the deep freeze is only going to be for a couple days, but the pipes, um, they will be frozen. So I'm going to have to stock up on water. I don't know if we're expecting any more snow this week. I'm not sure. I didn't see any reports of any major snowstorm headed our way, but we are expecting a deep freeze, and it's going to be brutal. It's going to be cold. Um, yeah, I bought a new battery for my car. $110 later, there was a dead cell, and I thought it was the alternator. Um, we went to cash in bottles, and I was on my way back home from Frank's after cashing in pop bottles, and I pulled into my financial institution, and the car wouldn't start, and I had to get a jump. And then after that, it would just keep stalling out after, days after we got back home. And Dad says, well, we're going to take the battery up to Hoarders and we're going to have them test it to see if the cells are any good. And sure enough, there was a dead cell in the battery that I had because I haven't swapped out the battery since I owned the car. It's a Chevy Trailblazer, by the way. And so I had to get a new battery, and that set me back about $110. The car's been starting up. It's got 500 cold crank amps. It's been starting up, but um, there another problem actually existed, but it's not a major problem that I need to go out and spend mooka bucks. The cap on my reservoir for my antifreeze is missing. I don't know where it went. Um, but I don't know if it would be safe to drive the car with that cap being off. I don't want there to be a chemical reaction and something horrific go wrong, and then I'm really stranded on the side of the road in 20-degree weather. Um, so I'm not sure if I don't know if I'm gonna take my car, unless I talk to Dad here when he's done talking to Wayne, find out what the best course of action would be for me to get groceries today. I don't know if he wants to take me or if I'm going to drive myself or what the deal is because I don't know if it's a good idea to drive without a cap on my antifreeze reservoir. It might be hazardous for the car. So I'm not trying to create any more problems than there needs to be. So I want to make sure that I'm taking the proper precautions and not damaging my car any more than it has to be. But yeah, I'm speaking with a single lady, and she's got two children, and we're getting to know each other. We're talking and getting to kind of feel each other out, getting to know each other a little better, and who knows? We're just gonna see how where things go. If the friendship turns into something more, cool. If not, cool. Um, but I found this person on the dating website, so hopefully, um, you know, even if I get another friend is better than no friends, I guess. So I'll take it. Hey, Dad, come here, will you? I really don't want to shout. when you can just walk into the room. Now, with that cap missing off of my antifreeze reservoir, is that still safe to drive?
Yeah, I just put something over it. I'll find a cap for it.
Because I mean, it's just weird that it would come up missing like that. It didn't. It wasn't missing before.
I don't know if that's for your antifreeze or if that's for your.
You said antifreeze, didn't you?
I think it could also be your windshield solvent. So I'll find out. I'll look at it.
I don't know.
I'll find out.
I don't know where it would go because I never take it off. Well, I didn't take it off.
I'll find one to put on it.
Yeah, because it's yeah, I don't want to drive. I don't want to drive the car. Yeah, and I don't want to get chemical burns. You know, I don't want anything drastically wrong to go wrong with my vehicle. I mean, I just replaced a battery. I don't want to be stuck sticking more money into it than means necessary. But I will definitely be getting groceries today. Be making another batch of my chili. I think Terry said he wanted, our friend Terry wants a small bowl of it, but Terry, he lives in Flint. He's a good guy, but he lives all the way in Flint. And I don't know when I'm actually going to see Terry again. So and I don't necessarily know exactly where Terry lives in Flint. And I don't want to drive all over Flint trying to find out where he lives. Every part of Flint's a bad part as far as I'm concerned. But I don't see Terry enough to know where he lives, or, you know, it's not saying I wouldn't feed the guy. I just don't know where he lives, and I don't see him all the time. And yes, he is a good guy. Yes. But yeah, we're going to be having chili. I'm going to be making my chili tonight. So, yeah, I put the word out to YouTube world that I'm making it, but it's going to be a small batch. I'm not making a big stock pot of chili this time. I'm going to make that silver pan we have. Yeah, that pan.
I got my silver pan.
Yeah, the silver pan. Yeah. That's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to cry like a baby chopping up those onions because it makes my eyes water. And I try to do it.
Chop them up in that thing.
My eyes still burn. I try to do it as quickly and expeditiously as possible, but every time I do, my fucking eyes still burn. Like they're on fire every time I cut an onion. Someone told me to hold a slice of bread in my mouth to stop it. I haven't tried that yet. But I don't know if the bread absorbs the onion chemical. It may or may not.
They should do it underwater.
Do it underwater?
Underwater.
Yeah. I tried that. I suggested that to Mom. When you know, I asked my mom about that some time ago, and she says, yeah, but the onion will be soggy. Well, I'm not cutting it under running water. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Mom knew more about that than I ever will, perhaps. We're down to the last 15 minutes of the show already. This hour goes by quickly. So it'll be safe to drive then? Okay. I just don't want to drive dangerously. Looks like the sun's trying to peek out. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm probably just going to go to Meijer. Yeah. I'm not shopping at Frank's. There's just no way. I can't afford it. Dad's watching Roadhouse right now. Well, Patrick Swayze. The original Roadhouse, not this remade shit. Speaking of Hollywood, you know, it is a shame what's happening in California with all the wildfires. Now, yeah, I have friends who are, whether you want to believe this or not, I have friends who are actually in the movie industry, and I'm still friends with them, and we became friends some years ago, and we are still friends. We still maintain communication. In fact, one of my friends, I'm not going to give a name, but her client is Kathy Garver. I think it's Garver. Kathy Garver. You know who Kathy Garver is? She was on Family Affair, the TV show Family Affair back in the 60s.
What about that nice little card they sent you?
What are you talking about?
The picture, thing you got the other day that you were telling me about bracelet or something or letter.
Oh no, that's from a Cancer Warrior. I'm talking about actors, actresses.
You got a lot of signatures.
But my friend represents Kathy Garver. She was Sissy
Sissy,
on Family Affair, the oldest kid.
Sissy.
And then there's Buffy and Jody. Sissy, she represents Sissy from Family Affair. I'm not going to give her name, but we are friends. We keep in communication. We talk on occasion. We keep in communication on occasion is what I meant to say. A lot of people out there in California, I am friends actually with a WILMS survivor who is a published book author, and she lives, I think, in Los Angeles. And she said it was a living nightmare. And I still, my heart goes out
To all of them. Everybody.
to everybody in California who was affected by the wildfires.
Looking out Gibson.
And I just want to say, I just want to state for the record that while we hear mainly from famous people and their neighborhoods being burnt, charred to nothing, I also want to say that even if you're not famous as an actor or what have you, my heart still goes out to you because
Everything.
you were affected. It doesn't matter if you're rich and famous, doesn't make not one bit of difference to me.
Or what?
Yeah, if you were affected by that fire, my heart goes out to you. I wish there was something more I could do. I wish I had something more to offer than just words of endearment. I'm sorry that anybody would have to go through that. That's terrible. I mean, I almost lost my house 2 years ago by stupidity. But even still, my home is my home. This is all I have. Yes, we had a friend lose her house to a fire, but this is all I have. This is it. If I didn't have my home and my stuff, I don't know what I would do. Some of the actually not some, a lot of things in this house are irreplaceable. You will never find anything like what I have. You will never find that in the world. My Jared Bear. You will never find Jared Bear like that anywhere. Now, I'd actually thought about doing a Google search to see if maybe they have a teddy bear that repeats what you say. And we're not talking Care Bear, because I've had Care Bears as a kid. Because my Jared Bear has the two lights on the front, and I have never seen, Teddy Ruxpin. Jared Bear is not a Teddy Ruxpin. I have never seen anything even remotely close to my Jared Bear. Nothing comes close to even resembling my Jared Bear. Teddy bear that repeats what you say and lights flicker on chest. Yeah, Boo Buddy interactive talking bear for ghost hunting. Yeah, stupid. That just ghost hunting, stupid. Instant no.
Well, Ted, that talks to you.
No, not Todd. Let's see here. I'm genuinely curious if there's anything that even comes close or resembles my Jared Bear, and I am seeing nothing. Nothing.
Long time ago.
That bear was purchased back in 1989,
They probably quit making them.
and that was during the era of Teddy Ruxpin, 1989, because I had a Teddy Ruxpin when I was a kid.
Then we had to take the thing out of it.
Not out of the Teddy Ruxpin, out of my Jared Bear. You had to take
Because
the
it was
battery
everything
back
it said.
because it was teaching me bad words.
Yeah. That-
Actually, that's the story I give. But there's nothing that even remotely resembles my Jared Bear. So if I lose Jared Bear, that I can never get that back because it's a very rare item, and it was sold at the gift shop at Sparrow. So Jared Bear's first home was Sparrow, and that's where we found each other, so to speak. But now I sound like what's his name from Ted? Yeah, Mark, whatever his name is. And it's so easy to remember. How the hell am I not? Mark Wahlberg. Wahlberg. See, I knew it. I just needed a little kick. Mark Wahlberg. Now I sound like Mark Wahlberg. Thunder Buddies for life. No, Jared Bear is just an heirloom, that I've had for the past 36 years. This March will be 36 years. So yeah, I mean, I've been in fires and I almost lost my house to stupidity. But we're still here, we're still standing, and some things were still lost in the fire that are irreplaceable. But the one thing I'm glad that we still have is each other because we are irreplaceable. If something would have happened to either three of us, or all of us at the same time, I mean, you can't get us back once we're gone. So I'm thankful to still have my backside and my front side and my backyard and my front yard and my bedroom and my belongings, my journals, my music, my poetry, my Jared Bear, all the things I possess. I am grateful for that every day. And to the people in California who've lost valuables, and it's really hard. It sucks because a lot of that stuff you can't replace, especially pictures of people who passed away, and you don't get that back, and you don't get the time back. I think I'll be right back, guys. The dog's want in. Yes, come on, Luna. Come on, Barky. Come on, Bart. Come on, buddy. Come on. Yeah, I know it's so cold, isn't it? I ain't gonna fuck with that. Not gonna mess with that. Okie doke, we're back. So we are down to the last 5 minutes of the show, and I have to set up next week's show for the next week's Sunday video update, which will be the 26th, January 26th. So we're moving right along in the year 2025. It's been a rough start for a lot of people so far, needless to say. I found out that there was a bad accident, a fatal accident over on Ring Road and Oakley Road, it's between Brant and St. Charles. Someone got killed in a car accident, and it's someone that we know very well. I don't know very well, but they are related to my cousins. So it'd be the cousins I have, their mom and my grandma were sisters. So it would be a cousin on their dad's side. So it wouldn't be related to me. So but it's close enough. It's close enough to the family. So, and I'm not going to say names because I don't want to. Huh? Yeah, my dad's known her dad for a very long time, and she. I don't know the details, so I'm not going to say I don't know. It was black ice. That's what you were told. See, I don't want to speculate because I don't know the truth and I don't want to put out any false information. But she was a young girl. She died in a car accident, and it's too bad. It really is. Oh, there was also a fire in Chapin. Shit. I wish I would have. Now I got to go back to Facebook. Let me see if I can find it on Facebook here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if. Yeah, there was a fire in Chapin. Let me see if I can find that article real quick. Breaking News 989. That's the Facebook page that I go by. So, despite temperatures near 10 degrees, your Tri-Township firefighters have been staying busy braving those temperatures. Just minutes before the game aired, which, by the way, Lions lost to the Washington. No, it's not Buccaneers. It's I don't know. Washington. I don't know. Anyway, the Lions lost. Just minutes before the big game aired last evening, your fire department was summoned to the village of Chapin for a structure fire. Upon arrival, the house was already fully involved. Multiple fire departments from Saginaw, Shiawassee, and Clinton counties assisted. Our crew spent nearly 4 hours assisting the LC Fire Department. But that was just the beginning. Around 2 o'clock this morning, your Tri-Township firefighters responded to a fatal car accident on Ring Road near Oakley Road. They spent nearly 3 hours on that scene as traffic investigators conducted their investigation, but that's not all. Before they could crawl back into bed, they were called back out. This time they responded to a structure fire in Chesaning. So from 8 o'clock last evening until a few minutes ago, your firefighters have been serving with pride and no sleep. Why? Because that's what our community deserves. No excuses, just results. Tri-Township Fire District, let's think Tri-Township Fire District and all our firefighters keeping us safe. So I don't know if that was in Chesaning or Chapin. I have no clue. It looks like Chesaning. So there was a lot going down. I don't know. Pop. Actually, let me see if I don't know the name of that other fucking team. I don't know the name of that other team. Damn it. And you watched the game last night. The Commanders. Washington Commanders. Well, I will say the head coach, Dan Campbell, hell of a coach for the Lions. It was a good year. It was really a good year. They had a good season. Now, I don't watch football, but I got to say, I was impressed by the Lions this season. But it's okay. There's always next year. So basically, was this like a playoff season?
Yeah, if they would have won, they would have went
to the Rose Bowl or Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't watch football, so someone out there right now on Facebook or YouTube land, whatever, they're saying, Jared, you stupid fuck, you're getting it wrong. Yeah, I am getting it wrong because I don't watch football. It's really not my thing. But the Lions lost to the Washington Commanders. It was 45-31, I think was the score. Yep. Tough beans, guys, but you got next year. Anyway, it is 4 o'clock. Dad, any final words before we go? No words.
Stay warm.
Stay warm. Yeah, we are. The deep freeze happens tonight, folks. So bundle up. Amy, any final words? Peace out, be safe, and stay warm. I will echo what they said. I'll be back next week, Sunday, January 26, 2025, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Come on back. Make sure you're subscribed. Listen to the Sunday Flashback tonight at 7 o'clock. My buddy Opal, Dan Richards, will be taking your request. I love y'all. This side. I love y'all. I'll see you next week. I got to head out and do some grocery shopping because, like, we're starving here. So see y'all next week. Have a good one.